Picture this: the Steelers stand at a crossroads. Aaron Rodgers, the generational talent who has given Pittsburgh instant credibility and a late career renaissance, has all but signaled that 2025 will be his final ride. That admission doesn't just create a headline, it creates a timetable, a pressure cooker, and a roster problem that needs solving before the confetti settles. Enter Mac Jones, a quarterback whose story has already bent and rippled through the league. Once a first-round poster child for pocket accuracy and timing, his stock has been through valleys and flashes. What makes him fascinating to a team like Pittsburgh right now isn't mythology, it's arithmetic and fit. Jones carries a modest cap number and a low cash burden relative to what true difference maker QBs demand, which instantly makes him an attractive, low-risk option for teams that need an immediate successor without mortgaging their future. Let's be blunt, if Rodgers bows out at the end of this season, the Steelers have two choices: win the next decade by swinging for a generational QB, rare, expensive, and uncertain, or buy smart, bet on scheme and coaching, and surround a competent passer with the pieces that make wins repeatable. Mac Jones represents that second gamble, a veteran quarterback with a refined short to intermediate passing game, enough experience to manage an offense, and the price tag that lets Pittsburgh fix multiple other needs. That's why whispers of trade interest pop up. Smart teams covet controllable, cheap QB solutions when the clock is ticking. Imagine the trade talk waveform. Scouts compare Jones's footwork and quick release to what the Steelers do best: play action, timing throws, and moving the chains. Coaches weigh film. Can Jones get the ball out to a dynamic running game and tight ends? Can he elevate playmakers with precision rather than improvisation? The answer is creeping toward yes, not superstar level, but enough to keep a Pittsburgh offense winning while the front office builds long-term. That enough is valuable, especially when you consider quarterbacks who cost top picks and cap nightmares. Jones gives plan B without panic. Now the practicalities. Trades don't occur in a vacuum. The Steelers must weigh draft capital, salary implications, and schematic fit. Mac Jones is not a salary albatross. His contract structure makes him movable without the kind of dead cap drama that scares teams off. That creates leverage for Pittsburgh. You don't have to overpay to land him. You can structure the deal around mid-round picks and a conditional pick based on playing time. A classic, get what you need, lose what you can afford play. It's tidy, it's surgical, and it matches how Pittsburgh has historically favored value in personnel deals. There's another layer to this: clubhouse chemistry. Rodgers offered instant credibility and veteran leadership, but he also signaled an inevitable end. Bringing in a younger yet experienced QB like Mac Jones signals continuity, someone who can learn under pressure, carry the offense without tanking the culture, and perhaps buy a season or two for the Steelers to draft, develop, or flip for better assets. You can almost picture Mike Tomlin sharpening his eye. Keep the competitive edge, don't hand the reins to someone who needs 2 full rebuild years, and keep the roster dangerous. That's the Steelers' way. Let's talk football fit. Mac Jones is a rhythm thrower who thrives in systems that emphasize quick reads, timing, and clean protection. Pittsburgh's offense, when properly armored with a reliable offensive line and a balanced run game, can turn Jones's traits into wins. Think of a streamlined, efficiency-first offense. Short passes that become explosive after the catch, play action that opens up intermediate windows, and third down management that eats clock and flips field position. If the Steelers commit to scheming for Jones's strengths, not forcing him into a gunslinger role, he's a plausible bridge to sustained success. No fireworks, but consistent, tough, winning football. Of course, every trade comes with risk. The skeptics will point to moments where Jones looked lost or immobile, to offenses where the tempo didn't suit him, to the very human fact that a quarterback's confidence can swing a franchise. Pittsburgh must also consider alternatives: drafting a rookie with a ceiling, signing a veteran with upside, or rolling with an internal option. Each path has trade-offs. A rookie needs nurturing, a veteran could cost too much or be a stopgap, and an internal option may not be ready. The Jones route is an elegant middle, a moderate price, moderate upside, and immediate usability. It's not sexy, but it's smart. Now for the hard prediction. What might Pittsburgh pay? Expect a package anchored by a mid-round pick and conditional protections, perhaps a third-rounder plus a 2026 fourth if Jones plays a threshold of snaps or the Steelers hit playoff markers. Throw in a young depth piece, and you've got a tidy swap that satisfies both sides. The selling team gets draft capital and a reclamation narrative. Pittsburgh gets a QB who can manage games, win divisional scraps, and give the front office breathing room to pursue longer-term projects. It's pragmatic, it's ruthless in its economics, and in the modern NFL, that's often the difference between contending and rebuilding. We can't ignore the optics. Trading for Mac Jones after Rodgers' farewell is a message. This franchise values continuity and competence over headline chasing. It tells fans and rivals that Pittsburgh will remain competitive even as eras end. For players in the locker room, it's a calming message. You will have a vetted leader who won't ask the offense to change everything overnight. For opponents, it's a quietly menacing statement. The Steelers know how to win with less fanfare and thoughtful construction. That quiet menace has a history of working in Pittsburgh's favor. Finally, let's call the shot with a little swagger. If Rodgers steps away as expected, Mac Jones to the Steelers becomes not just plausible but strategically brilliant. It gives Pittsburgh a bridge quarterback who costs pennies compared to the blockbuster options, lets the team maintain competitiveness, and buys time to find a long-term answer without surrendering the present. This is not an all-in, high-variance play. It's the kind of chess move that wins seasons quietly and positions the franchise for the big, bold move when the draft or market finally presents a true game changer. For Steelers fans who crave toughness, grit, and shrewd roster moves, Mac Jones could be exactly the kind of practical, unspectacular hero they need. So here's the final image. A cold November night, the Rooney family watching film, the front office dialing calls, and Mike Tomlin preparing the locker room for a new kind of leader, one who will manage, not mesmerize, who will deliver wins without glare, who will keep the Steelers dangerous while the franchise hunts for greatness. That's the bet, a bridge, an insurance policy, and maybe, just maybe, the smartest quiet move in the AFC. Trade whispers are already becoming conversations. If Rodgers' sunset is real, Mac Jones could be the dawn Pittsburgh needs.